a look at number 2. I like all the steps down to here. And then this is multiplication. We don't come up with 18. 11 times 7 is 77, and then we need half of that. And what is half of 77? 38 and a half, or 38 and 5/10. And our label would be, Ezra?
Square inches.
Yes. All right. Number 3 is over here. Questions on it? Questions on number 3? Is this number 4? This is this 4? Okay. Questions on 4? Yes.
I had a question on 3. You know, it's supposed to be 2 zeros.
What?
There's 2 zeros. It's 2,400.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, questions on 4? I would have liked to have seen another step in there. Like half, and then what's 11 and 5/10 plus 4 and 5/10?
No. 1,600.
What's this added together?
1,600.
What? 16?
No, 16.
I would like to have seen that in there. Okay? All right. And then there's something missing on that one. There's something missing. What is missing there? A label. What would our label be? What? Square feet. Yeah. And number 5 is up here. Questions on it? Yes, Lane?
Did you use 0.5 instead of 1/2?
Yep. And we need a label?
Inches, square.
Square inches. Okay. Number 6, we're back over here. Any questions on it? Okay, so I think you understand the steps. Is that correct? Anybody? Okay. Number 7. She got 157 5/10 square inches. Or a half. We could use a half instead of 5/10. On the back side, number 1, same formula, 84 square yards. Number 2, same formula, 23 square inches. Number 3, we have 9 equal sections, so our denominator is 9. If 5 of them are full, we want to know the ones that are not full. That would leave 4 of them not full, so 4/9. Number 4, we have a fourth and we have a third. We want to know the total weight, so we would add those together. Our common denominator is 12. So it'd be 3/12 plus 4/12 gives me a 7/12, and label as pounds. Number 5. For every
Okay.
So they want to know what the rule would be. You would multiply the amount of dry pasta by 2 to get the amount of water by 2. Number six. Because it's a triangle, and we want to know what the height would be. We want to have the same area as the rectangular banner. So first we have to find the area of the rectangle. So area equals length times width, 4 times 3 or 12. And then we use that area, 12 equals 1/2 the base times the height. So we have area equals 1/2 the base times the height. We know that the area is 12. The other information we know is that it has a base of what? Let's see. Base of 4. And we're looking for the height. What's half of 4?
2.
How do we undo multiplication?
Divide.
So we would divide both sides by 2. So the height would have to be 6, is it feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Questions on that? Anybody? Anybody have any questions? All right, let's take a look at our books then on page 127. Yesterday, we discovered what the formula was for the area of a trapezoid. We actually used the formula for the area of a trapezoid. As we have with other formulas, it's no more than a special equation that we can use, and we can substitute in the information that we know to solve for the other unknown. Okay, so we'll continue with that today as we use the formula for the area of a trapezoid. All right. As we take a look at this trapezoid table, which would be no more than this table right here, it's a trapezoid table. Okay. They give us the measurements in meters. Okay. And be no more than plugging in our information in the formula. Okay. And when I went around today, most of you were doing a nice job of using that formula and following the steps. So you've gotten real good about following order of operations, because that's what it is order of operations at that point. Okay. So as we take a look at this particular problem, given the formula, area equals 1/2 the sum of base 1 plus base 2 multiplied by the height. And given this trapezoid table, if we want to fill in for the bases, what is the measure of one of the bases? 1 2/10. What's the measure of the other base? Keeping in mind that our bases are always parallel to each other, what is the height? 6/10, and that height is the distance between those two parallel bases. Okay. So we add that 1 2/10 and that 1 8/10 together, and what does that give us? 1 2/10 and 1 8/10. What does that give us? So now we have a half times 3 times 6/10. A half times 3 times 6/10. What's 3 times 6/10?
18.
Not quite.
1
1 8/10. Would you guys please cross out that equals blank over there? We should not be adding equal signs on down the line. Like they ran out of room, so they slapped it over there. And what's half of 1 8/10? 9/10. So it would be 9/10 square centimeters, or square meters. I mean. Questions? All right. Let's just pretty much review what we did yesterday. Okay. When we take a look at example 2 on the next page, example 2 on the next page finds us looking for the height if we know all the other information. Looking for the height if we know all the other information. Okay. We know that the area is 702. We know that one of the bases is 20. We know the other base is what measurement? So we add the 20 and the 34 together, and that gives us, and half of 54 is 27. If we didn't know that, what would we have to do to find that? Yeah, divide 54 by 2. 2 goes into 5 how many times? Into 14 how many times? Okay. And now we have 702 equals 27 times h. How do we undo multiplication? Division, and whatever we do to one side, we... So now we have 702 that we need to divide by 27. Go ahead and do that division. How many times is 27 going to 70? 2 times 27?
50.
How many times is 27 going to 162?
6 times.
6 times 27? What? So it has a height of 26 inches? Okay. Questions on that? So I'm hoping by this time of the year, you're starting to see some of our steps are starting to repeat themselves. Things that we've learned earlier on, we're starting to reuse, just in a different problem, okay? That we're substituting information in, we're solving equations just like we've done earlier, but now we're doing it with a trapezoid formula instead of other formulas. We're following order of operation here. Do we have questions on this? Anybody? Okay, that is going to end the lesson for today. If you please turn to page 131 and 132. On 131 and 132, it's all, there aren't very many problems on those pages. Make sure you show all your work, show your steps. We do have a CFA waiting for you on Clever today. Make sure you have paper out and show your work. Turn that paper into the tray. Make sure all your Friday work is in. Are there questions? Yes. What? Yeah, that should have already been turned in.
don't number it until you know you don't need the space. You do a problem and then number the next one.